Hello, hello, hello. This is Louis Yanis with WealthNet Investments. I am the founder of WealthNet Investments. We are a fiduciary registered investment advisor located in Colorado. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Roth IRAs versus Roth 401ks. There's a lot of confusion out there between the differences between the two. And there's a lot of discussion about whether I should be doing a Roth or not. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Roths because they are so important in today's environment. And the landscape has changed because of regulations and because of the differences in taxes both now and expected in the future. So a lot of people are not, I think, taking full advantage of Roths or even understanding whether they should be doing one or not. But today I just want to focus a little bit on the 401k Roth versus the regular Roth IRA. Now, if you like this information, by the way, go to our website, wealthnetinvest.com, and sign up for getting our, there'll be a little pop-up. You can sign up to get notification when we're talking about things. So we're in the planning stages of a full-blown podcast with guests and programming that's going to have valuable information that will help people and help you make smart financial choices. And I thought I'd start kicking some of this off with talking about the Roth 401k versus the Roth IRA. I was looking at some of the data there. According to a Plan Sponsor Council of America, there's this organization, the Plan Sponsor Council of America. They collect a lot of different information about retirement plans. They say that 2/3 of employers now, companies that are offering retirement plans, now offer the Roth 401k. That is a huge improvement. So 2/3 of employers. So chances are if you're working, you might have a Roth 401k plan as part of your option. And if you do, your employer then will give you that option to decide whether you want your regular contributions to go to a tax deferred account, how we've done it, for years in the past, or whether you can do it in a Roth. Now, the Roth is both the Roth IRA and the Roth 401k are funded with after-tax dollars. That's really important to understand. That means there's no upfront tax benefit for you to contribute. What I mean by upfront is that you're not going to get a deduction. There are tax benefits long-term, but not upfront. But once you get to retirement, you can withdraw your contributions and earnings totally tax-free. That's the real kicker here. Now, there's a gentleman, Hayden Adams, who's a CPA, and he's a director of tax and financial planning over at Schwab's Center for Financial Research. And he's been doing some work on this, and I've been following some of his work. One of the things he had mentioned is that Roth 401ks offer additional benefits that are significant compared to a regular Roth IRA. So if you're putting money in a regular Roth IRA and you have the ability to put your money into a Roth 401k, you might be missing out on some really important things. So I wanted to go over some of those. One is that there's no income limits when you're dealing with a Roth 401k. That's really, really important, especially if you're in a higher income, because there are caps on a regular Roth IRA. As of right now, looks like the individual earnings has to be less than $148,000 in 2021, or $208,000 for married couples for you to contribute to a Roth. So higher earners often get access to a Roth IRA by converting, from traditional IRAs over to a Roth IRA, but that generates a big tax bill sometimes. So because that money becomes taxable. So you could save money in a Roth 401k. That might be better for you rather than doing some kind of a conversion. And there's some other things you can do where you can overfund. Sometimes there are plans where you can overfund and you put money above and beyond and then convert it within your retirement plan. If you have that available, you should get in contact with us. Let us know. We can run analysis to see what might be better for you. But so the first thing is no income limits. The second is higher contribution limits. In 2021, you could stash away up to $19,500 in a Roth 401k. So that's a lot more than a regular Roth. So if you're over 50 years old, you can put up to $26,000 away in a Roth 401k. So the Roth IRA contributions, by comparison, if you just did a regular Roth IRA, you're capped at $6,000 per year that you can put in there, or $7,000 if you're 50 years or older. So that is a multiple higher that you can put into tax-free money. Very, very important. The other thing that's nice about the Roth 401k is that you might get some matching contributions from your employer. So your employer might be putting matching contributions. But it's really important to understand, though, if your employer is contributing and they're matching, that money normally will go to a regular 401k account because they need to get that tax deduction. So that means the portion that they put money into your 401k, that you will be taxed on when you take that portion out. So it's important to keep that in mind. So now, one disadvantage that to think about here, when you choose a Roth 401k, is that you'll have to take the IRS mandated required minimum distributions. Right now, they just moved it. They moved it up from age 70 and a half to age 72. So now the age is 72. But you can avoid these mandatory distributions and keep your money invested once you leave your job. You can roll over your Roth 401k into a Roth IRA, which is not subject to RMDs. So that's really, really important. So if you have a Roth 401k and you're changing jobs, you might be better off rolling that into a regular Roth IRA to avoid that RMD requirement, because later in life, that could become a big issue. Another drawback that you want to consider is that you'll be limited to the investments offered by your company's plan instead of a variety of investments that are available from a regular Roth IRA that you might have at a brokerage account. And you may even have higher fees at your company that a lot of times people don't see those fees, and there's a variety of different types of fees that are in company retirement plans, and they're not all easily found. So nevertheless, the Roth 401k is a great tool, especially for high wage earners and for those people who are anticipating higher taxes in retirement. Now, that's really something that a lot of people and economists are expecting, given the fact that we have high budget deficits and spending is higher. There is a lot of people out there, that, including myself, that think tax rates may be higher in the future. So more to come on the Roths, because there's a lot more to discuss there, a lot more complexities. If you have a Roth IRA, or if you have a Roth 401k plan at your work, you should really consider it. There are some strategies that you should look at. If you have any questions or comments, and would you like more information on Roths and seeing whether or not a Roth 401k or a Roth IRA makes more sense, or if you should convert to a Roth, let us know. Go to wealthnetinvest.com and we will run some analysis for you. I hope you're having a great day. Happy Friday. I'm looking forward to the beautiful sunlight today. I'm going to go to an event hopefully later this afternoon that will be outside, and it's going to be great. In the meantime, I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you guys later. Louis Llanes signing off, WealthNet Investments. Bye-bye now.